We can tell you that God of War Ragnarok is gonna suck. Why? Because of taking down weeks pertaining to God of War Ragnarok. Again, I don't play on PlayStation, so I don't really give a shit about Sony. I only do this because it gets me views on YouTube. That's the only reason why I talk about games like God of War. But they really don't want you to know and see the images from God of War, just like Naughty Dog did. They don't really want you to see the game until the game comes out at once. I wonder why. I wonder what they're trying to hide. Okay, because it's always they're trying to hide something. They're always trying to hide something when they take down weeks. When they take down weeks, they're always trying to hide something. Like of Cyberpunk, they're trying to hide, the fact that the game was broken and buggy at once. They didn't want the mass to know the game was broken and buggy at once. And The Last of Us Part 2, we all know The Last of Us Part 2, that game was a complete, horrible, and utter mess. We all know that game was garbage, okay? And you could pretend that it isn't garbage. You could pretend that it's a masterpiece. Okay. You can pretend that The Last of Us Part 2 is a masterpiece, but they really did not want you to talk about The Last of Us. They didn't really want you to talk about the game because they didn't want people to know the game sucked. They really do not want to, because usually when a developer or company takes down leaks, or they block it, or they do it even worse, they copyright take down the leaks. A product is gonna be garbage, because if something's gonna suck, the creator or studio of the thing doesn't want you to know that the product is garbage. This happened earlier this year with Fantastic Beasts as well, when I posted the whole plot leak. They really didn't want you to know that the movie was gonna suck. We already knew the movie was gonna suck. We already knew, it was gonna be garbage. But they don't want you to talk about, it. And God of War is coming out in a couple weeks. So, yep. I deleted all videos mentioning God of War Ragnarok. Besides, of course, this video. Because this video has nothing to do with weeks of the game. Of course, this goes for weeks going back to 2020. Some of them even have thousands of views. Not as much as they get on the source as well. I don't know why YouTube doesn't recommend my source anymore. I bet this won't really help YouTube recommend it, but I don't know why YouTube doesn't recommend my source anymore. They don't. You only get 5,000 views and that's it. It's really dumb. Okay, but God of War Ragnarok, as you all know, is gonna suck. It's gonna be garbage. Okay, I know people can say it's awesome and stuff, but it's garbage. It's gonna be glitchy and buggy. It's gonna be a game that's not gonna be that good, but I could be wrong. Maybe they just don't want you to know the plot of the game because they don't want people to know the plot of the game before it comes out. That sometimes does happen, but usually 90% of the time the game is gonna suck. It's gonna be garbage and it's gonna be trash. We have repeat examples of this, like with Cyberpunk. Okay, they went hard after Eddie Weaker that covered Cyberpunk. Knows when you leak Cyberpunk now, they don't go after you anymore. Okay, when you leak about DLC or the Cyberpunk show, they don't go after you. They didn't go after people who leaked the Cyberpunk show. They didn't go after people who leaked the Cyberpunk DLCs. But you can't leak the game because we know that our games can be garbage. We know our games can be glitchy and buggy at once. Okay, maybe developers need to realize to stop making bad games. Okay. They just need to stop making bad games. They need to stop rushing out. They need to stop delaying games and say, "Oh, we're gonna actually polish it," but they don't actually polish it. They don't do anything. Okay, they sit there twiddling their thumbs, adding, whatever the woke gods demand them to have, and that's what they want. That's what they want. Of course, the big YouTubers are gonna say it's bad, but again, they're paid to give the games good reviews. The only people who are allowed to talk about God of War are the people who are paid to talk about it. We'll wait until the game comes out, okay? But modern gaming is a mess, okay? Modern gaming is a, mess at this current moment. We all know modern gaming is a mess. They, for example, every time when a company does not want you to talk about something, it usually means something is gonna suck. It usually means something's gonna suck. Okay, I heard people were taking down like for even like small Pokemon, they were taking down like weeks. I didn't. It was like one person they had the video taken out by Nintendo, but again, I haven't had any problems with Pokemon Game Freak, so yeah. But again, God of War Ragnarok, they really do not want you to know anything about this game before the game comes out, which is really scummy, as well. It's as well. So God of War, as well. Cause they don't want, they didn't take down the Horizon Forbidden West weeks. I know that one. They didn't take down the Horizon Forbidden West week. They didn't take down the Spider-Man 2 weeks, as well. And if it happens with Spider-Man 2, I won't be covering Sony weeks anymore. But by that time, maybe making different videos, because maybe YouTube might finally recommend my videos to other people. Because YouTube doesn't really recommend my videos to people. They really do not. They're starting to, but they really do not recommend my videos to people. Well, I have no idea why. I don't know why. YouTube has basically, there's a lot of YouTubers who are basically blacklisted. Basically they can't really get the videos out because either they had a community guideline strike or of a kind, or they just have bad history of Twitter, which is, of course, or they got canceled, so YouTube doesn't want to promote that channel, and you have to go out of your way to find that channel. For some reason, in October, YouTube stopped, recommending my videos out on the Shorts page. For some reason, YouTube won't recommend my videos on the Shorts page. It's like, why? Why won't you recommend my videos on the Shorts page? It makes no sense. It makes zero sense of not recommending my videos. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever that they won't recommend my videos on the YouTube Shorts. They won't. They as well. YouTube should get the act together when it comes to recommending videos, because I think people, of course, the discovery on YouTube is not as bad as other platforms, like, for example, Twitch. As we all know, Twitch has the worst discovery. Unless you're a woman, of course. Unless you're a woman and you show your boobs, then it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And, it's perfectly fine for, them. And they'll only get, banned for, a day, and then they'll come back. And, you have all these lonely men giving them money. Same thing of OnlyFans. Okay, the only reason why OnlyFans exists is because of, people who wanna, give money to, the T word, okay, and that's the only reason OnlyFans exists. Okay, that's the only. But YouTube is at least a bit starting to recommend my videos. But I think if most people who watch my videos watch it through YouTube recommendations. They don't watch it through subscription feeds. Okay, unless YouTube would realize this, they don't watch it through subscription feeds. Okay, they watch them for either the YouTube Shorts feed or the recommendations. They don't watch them through the other ways. Okay, the only reason why I make videos about weeks is because they get a lot of views, because YouTube people search them. People search them, so I get a lot of views on them. But yep, that is it. God of War Ragnarok is gonna suck. It's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be doo-doo. Of course, I don't play on Sony consoles, so I don't care about God of War that much. But if people talk about how the game sucks, then I was right. They basically defend everything that is garbage. Fantastic Beasts is another one. But yep, I'm going to go do something else right now instead of ranting. Goodbye.